Alright, quick question for all you Unreal Engine devs out there. What's the fastest way to make your awesome game slower? Is it bad textures, crazy particle effects, or maybe a rogue infinite loop? The answer will shock you. The shocking truth is, your game could be secretly sabotaging itself with something called hard references. And if you don't know about them and how to fix them, your project's already in trouble. Let's dive in. Even if you do know about hard references, you might still be creating hard references thinking you're not. So what exactly is a hard reference? Imagine you have a friend, let's call him Blueprint Bob. Now, if Blueprint Bob always brings his entire extended family, their pets, and their entire furniture collection everywhere he goes, even if you only invited him to grab a coffee, that's a hard reference in a nutshell. In Unreal Engine, a hard reference happens anytime one of your blueprints directly points to another specific blueprint asset or class. Think of it as an unbreakable, clingy link. For example, if you have a variable directly set in BP my specific lamp, or you're casting directly to BP that one enemy type, it's still a hard reference. Casting, get actor of class, or even creating a variable in a blueprint can create a hard reference. And the sneakiest of culprits, blueprint function libraries or macros. If a function in your library references BP another specific thing, then any blueprint that calls that function anywhere gets a hard reference to BP another specific thing, loaded into memory. And why is digital hoarding so bad? Every time a blueprint with a hard reference loads, it drags in all of its reference assets into memory. Textures, sounds, meshes, even if they're not on screen or used in that level, your game will stutter while it loads half your content browser just to find out the health of your player. An example is the first person character in the 5.6 FPS template. Even in the starter level that doesn't have any weapons in it, he's still referencing all the weapons, textures, etc. in the size map. More stuff in memory means longer load screens, both for your players and for even worse, you in the editor. Ever open a blueprint and wait forever for it to open? Hard references are often the secret ingredient. Hard references can turn your speedy editor into a sluggish mess. Opening one blueprint might load half your game. This impacts compiling, saving, everything. See, this is where coupling comes in. Your blueprint becomes codependent, change one thing and suddenly unrelated parts break because they're directly linked. It's like a Jenga tower, pull one block and the whole thing comes crashing down. Now let's clear up some myths. Some people think, oh, hard references, that's a blueprint problem, or it's just how Unreal works, deal with it. While C++ definitely deals with pointers and references, blueprints with their visual simplicity often make it easier to create these hidden dependencies without realizing it. You're just dragging wires, right? But those wires can build connections that can become incredibly costly. Another misconception, hard references don't matter to me because my game is small. Even small projects can hit memory limits or suffer from slow iteration times. And if your small game grows into a big one, then you'll be refactoring for weeks, tearing your hair out. And no, it's not how Unreal Engine works. Unreal Engine gives us powerful tools to avoid this digital mess, which brings us to the primary weapon against hard references, soft references. Think of a soft reference not as dragging your friend Bob and all his stuff everywhere, but more like carrying Bob's business card. You know where to find him, what he is, and you only call him up and invite him over when you actually need him. In blueprints, you'll see these as soft object references or soft class references. Instead of loading the entire asset immediately, they just store a path to it. It's a promise to load it later, if you actually need it. When do you use them? Well, for anything that's not always on screen. Your character might be a hard reference, sure, but that fancy rare sword you only found in the one corner of the map? Use a soft reference. That specific enemy type that only spawns in one level? Soft reference. Large textures, sound files, UI widgets, you get the idea. To use them, you declare a soft object or soft class reference, then when you actually need the asset loaded, use the load asset or load class asset node. This is often an asynchronous operation, meaning your game doesn't freeze while it loads. You get a little on success and on fail pin to handle it gracefully. It's clean, efficient, and makes your memory manager very, very happy. Only load what you need when you need it. Next up, embracing the power of inheritance for loose coupling. Instead of always referencing BP my specific blue door, or BP that green lever, think about it in a more broader sense. Class hierarchy. If you have multiple door types, instead of each actor directly casting BP oak door or BP metal door, etc., have them all inherit from a common parent class, say BP base door, or even a more generic BP interactable. Then you can reference the parent class. You're saying, I need an interactable, not I need that specific oak door. This means your code interacts with the concept of a door, not a specific implementation. Much more flexible, less prone to breaking when you add a new door type. Unreal also gives us some fantastic built-in ways to get references to core game elements without creating direct links in every single blueprint. Generic references. Nodes like get player character, get player controller, get pawn, get game mode, get game state, and get world are your best friends here. You don't need a variable my player character reference in every single blueprint that needs to talk to the player. You just need to get player character directly. These functions safely retrieve a reference to the active instance objects without hard referencing to the specific blueprint class. They're designed to be generic entry points into your game's core systems, drastically reducing unnecessary direct links and promoting a healthier reference graph. Beyond soft references and smart inheritance, Unreal offers even more ways to untangle your blueprint spaghetti. Blueprint interfaces. These are like the universal language. Instead of asking, "Are you BP door number 1?" then open door. You just ask, "Do you speak interactable?" And if they do, and say yes, then you tell them to interact. The actor doesn't care who you are, just that you can talk the talk, no casting, no direct references, and all those native classes we talked about before as the target will keep everything clean. The next one is event dispatchers. These are your digital loudspeakers. One blueprint can shout an event like player died or door opened, and any other blueprint that's listening can react. The sender doesn't care who listens, and the listeners don't care who sent it as long as they hear the message, perfect for one-to-many communication without direct links. And finally, data assets. Want to define an item's stats or a character's properties without hard referencing specific blueprints? Use data assets. They let you store structured data like a recipe book for your game that can be loaded and assessed in many different blueprints without making them directly dependent on each other. It separates your data from the game logic, which is super clean. And finally, your ultimate detective tool, the reference viewer. Use it constantly to visualize those tangled webs of dependencies, and it'll show you exactly what's hard referencing what, so you can track down and eliminate those digital hoarders. Hard references and coupling are silent killers in Unreal Engine development, slowing down your game and your workflow. But embracing soft references, smart inheritance, generic accessors, interfaces, event dispatchers, and data assets, you can create lean, fast, and a much more maintainable game. Hopefully I've leveled up your knowledge in Unreal Engine, but if you want to keep leveling up, you can watch this video here that shows you a trick to reduce your memory usage by up to 20 times. If you actually want to level up, then you can watch my UI beginner tutorial where we make a level up UI menu from scratch. Special thanks to my Ko-fi members. If you want to support what I do and get access to some great perks, head over to my Ko-fi page and join the realm today. Like and subscribe if you learned something, and keep learning till you game over. Peace.